I'm here. I'm in my favourite part of the stadium, overlooking our brand new home. I'm with David Ray, the head of the finance committee, and we just want to update you with where we're up to with the financing plan for April. We're standing here in a brand new stadium, £32 million stadium. And it's fantastic. We were used to a good crowd at Kings Meadow being 4,000. We're now looking at 7,500 and upwards. You got over 1,000 people coming for the ladies' games and academy matches. There's so much to be positive about here, and that's just within the bowl here. So this isn't a yes, we have a serious finance face on, but there's a lot to be very positive about as well.
This is my serious finance face.
Yeah.
I think that's right. I mean, like, there's a very clearly articulated business plan, right? That the boards have signed off. That Joe, as our CEO, is leading on, and it's very much centred around like this amazing stadium. Broadly, there are three areas that Joe and his team target. One is commercial revenue, so things like sponsorships. The other one is making the most of the stadium 365 days a year, right? So that can be conferences, in fact there's one on today, or it can be a vaccination centre, or it can be an education centre. And then obviously the third one is the match day experience and match day income, which is everything from selling beers to match day tickets to season tickets. So a very, very kind of clearly articulated plan, which takes the club hopefully from a kind of a break even this year after obviously difficult couple of years, not least of which because of COVID, and then takes us into profit going forwards, which I don't think many clubs have got that.
We're here now, early November, because lots of you know that we have some refinancing to do in April. So we pledged that we were going to keep everybody up to date on that progress, so that you know a little bit about what's going on, and that's why we're here.
So I think we've said before, in the spirit of transparency that we've got with all of our fans, that we've got a loan that needs repaying in April 22, so around £4.5 million, and that we've been working really hard on different plans to deal with that. The way that we look at it is we look at all different types of finances that we've got available. Equity finance, financing from within the club, so any profit that we might make, and then we also look at lending finance, which could come from commercial lenders or could come from fans, and like so many of you have taken part in Plough Lane Bond and Cedars. So going forwards, we're actually running two plans on financing, Plan A and Plan B. So our first plan and our preferred plan is Plan A, and that involves a combination of equity investment as well as lending from commercial lenders and from fans. So on the equity investment, we've been talking, or a group of people have been talking to an individual for a while now. We remain pretty hopeful, but there's obviously no guarantee that we land the investment.
No, but discussions are definitely going well. And that's to remind everybody, that is keeping us, that equity would still keep us on 75% ownership from the Dons Trust.
So we're hopeful on that. We're looking for around £4.5 million. That investment would be in the order of 2.5, leaving another 2 to raise. And again, in our plan, we would then look to third-party lenders and Plough Lane Bond, to raise that final 2 million. So, maybe one from each. So that's Plan A. Now, if the equity investment doesn't happen, which obviously we hope it does, but if it doesn't happen, then we move on to Plan B, which is essentially looking at third-party lenders and Plough Lane Bond to fund the entirety of that £4.5 million.
Yeah.
And those are both plans that we are working up and very active on right now.
And in both cases, it's important to state that even though commercial lending might be available, it's expensive borrowing. So in either case, we may be looking to fans and the community to invest, because we would get that on preferable terms.
And we also know third-party lenders like having security, which is the ground here.
Yeah, absolutely. The finance committee that David leads meets regularly to make sure that we're exploring all the options. They are basically 7 or 8 good people, all from business and finance backgrounds, some of them at a very, very senior level in all sorts of parts of it, from commercial lending to banking to wealth management, and big business experience. So we've got a good team on it, and we're all working together to get this over the line. We are, as David says, we're emerging from a global pandemic in a brand new stadium, and we've got some debt to pay off. You know, that's it's not a surprise to any of us, and we've got to do it. So it's I think we're at the right place with the right team, creating the right plan and the right coordination, and we just want to make sure that you all understand and are happy with where we are.